Bonjour guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mohini. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please click the subscribe button and hit that notification bell. It'll help me a whole lot. Today's makeup look is a very easy daytime smoky eye everyday makeup look that you can wear to work, that you can wear to school, that you can wear if you're going out and you need to do some grocery shopping. It's kind of like a very daytime appropriate glam look. It's very easy to achieve, and I'm using a budget-friendly, I would say a budget-friendly eyeshadow palette today. So if you want to see how I achieve this makeup look, then please keep on watching. First things first, I am going to jump into the Caramel Melange palette, and I am going to start off with the Universal Delight shade, which is this one right over here. I'm just like dipping my brush into it. As you can see, there's not a lot of like fallout or anything like that. These are really, really good shadows, and I'm gonna just lay that down as like a base shade. So this is just to like lay down a bit of a base all over the lid. It's kind of like my skin tone right now. I did get, if you can tell the difference between me right now and then like my previous videos, I did get a bit of a tan. I was in the south of France with my in-laws and my husband, and well, it was a pretty like short, long weekend, but I guess that's all I needed to, you know, get a bit of a tan. So I'm gonna basically take the same shade and do the other side. So like I said, this is basically like just laying down the base so that the rest of the shadows blend well. So if you're a beginner, don't worry. I'm not a makeup artist. I just love makeup and I love playing with makeup. I'm just, you know, here to teach you stuff that I've learned along the way, or just like self-taught. I'm just like an everyday normal girl who just likes to play with makeup. So these are kind of like things that I've learned, tips and tricks that I've learned along the way. So as you can see, it's kind of like giving me kind of like a neutral base shade on both eyes. So now I'm going to go a little bit deeper, and I think I am going to go for the Start Soft shade. So this shade right over here. Okay. So I'm just gonna dip my brush again, like there's no fallout, there's no like kickoff in the palette, which is amazing. So I'm just gonna grab that shade, and I'm going to now just kind of like go into my crease. So as you can see on my skin tone, this comes off kind of like a reddish orange brown. So it's pretty warm. It's a warm brown for me, for sure. And it has like a little bit of like a red undertone. And I have like very hooded eyes, so like it's not very easy to see my crease. So I basically have to kind of go like this and look down, and then I can see my crease. So like you can see, like when I look up, that's where my eyeshadow brush is, so that's where my crease is. So like basically you go like down like this, and you look down like this in your mirror, and then if you move down like this, you see that your eyeshadow brush is right here. That's where your crease is. So it's a little bit tricky for me, but like I said, like it's something that I've like learned along the way. So I'm just gonna add a little bit. Well, actually, I'm gonna go on this side now. As you can see, the pigment is there. Like you can definitely see the pigment. It blends out really, really well. There's no like skipping. There's no nothing. I want to intensify that a little bit more. So like you guys, less is more. In this regards, less is more. Add a little bit, and then, you know, build up the color if you want, but add a little bit. That's the best way to apply eyeshadow. This has happened to me. It still happens to me now. Like I get overboard, I get super excited, and I'll like put a whole bunch of shadow down, and then it just kind of like messes up the look, and it's just really hard to come back from that. So just remember, less is more. Take your time, and then just keep building up the color, which is what I'm gonna do here. I'm gonna build up the color. Build up the color in my crease. I'm even taking the color over here, all the way to the inner part of the crease. There you go. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. There you go. I think it's pretty good. So both sides have like an even amount of pigment. And now I'm just gonna take a clean, you know, sorry, there's a little bit of my cat's fur on there, lint. I'm just gonna take a like blending brush like this and just like blend out all of the edges so the right amount of pigment is on both sides and it's just, there's no like harsh edges on the eyeshadow. So just like this. This is very easy. Everybody can do this. I'm not, like, again, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm not an expert. I just trial and error, and practice makes perfect. That's true. And if it doesn't make it perfect, like, who cares? Like, you're just, the whole point of doing makeup is to have fun with it. So, and I like to have fun. So I think that's a pretty good amount of pigment on the transition side. I was just contemplating what I'm gonna do next. I think I'm gonna go for the Finish Sensual, which is like this like deeper brown color right over here. So I'm gonna go for that. So I'm just gonna dip this eyeshadow brush, dip into that pigment, and then ever slightly just kind of like lay a bit of that color right here. Again, less is more. Take your time. Just want to build that color. It's really hard to build color, and that's where you can go wrong. Like if you like put on too much color quickly. But I think that's like the hardest part of doing like an eyeshadow look is like you're trying to build like the crease part over here and it doesn't show up. And like our instinct is to use a lot more color, but I'm telling you, you just have to like keep, you know, pressing the pigment in here in like a C, like a little V right here. And the pigment will show up, I promise. You just have to like, it takes a little bit of patience. Just here, I'm not taking it higher into the crease. I'm just kind of like, I'm literally just patting it. So you can see the pigment is starting to show up on this eye. I'm gonna do the other side as well. Just a little bit more, tap off the excess. So this side, it looks like it has a little bit more pigment, so I'm just gonna add a little bit more, build it a little bit more. I'm gonna take the same blending brush I used earlier, which is this one right here. Now what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take that same like original transition color that I used in the palette, which is this one right over here. It's called Start Soft. And I'm gonna add that to the lower lash line right now. So I'm gonna just take a little bit of that. Just like lightly feathering that underneath the lash line. Then I am gonna take the brown color, so it's like the deeper brown color. That's what we used in the outer crease, like in the, right there. And apply a little bit of that underneath the lower lash line as well. Kind of connect it from the V shape that we made up here. And I'm just taking it, this part of like the outer half of my lower. There we go. And then I am going to, I am going to take like a darker color. So I'm gonna go for the Edible Gem, which is like a dark purple color that has like a little bit of sparkle in it, but it's okay because we're just gonna use the color to kind of like give us an eyeliner look. So I love to use eyeshadow as eyeliner because it's a little bit more softer. It's like less harsh than like a black matte eyeliner or just even like an eyeliner with a pencil. So just take a little bit of that, right? Just a little bit of that. I'm just gonna stamp it, so you'll see. I'm gonna just stamp it into right here. It's very, very subtle into the lash line. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna just take a little bit more. Less is more. Just keep building it. A little bit more. So that's it. It's pretty much it. That's like pretty much, I would say, the eyeshadow look. It's like a very, I'm gonna add a little bit of the Universal Delight. I'm just gonna take a little bit of that, which was like the base one that we laid. It's just this one right here. It's like a beige. I'm just gonna put that in the inner corner to kind of like brighten it up. Seasons are changing here in Paris, but it's like, this is like my favorite time of year. I'm from LA, so like we don't really have seasons. We have like really good weather year round. And I moved to France about 12, 13 years ago, and this is the first place where I had like a winter coat, and I experienced like seasons, like all 4 seasons, and I just love, you know, the city. It's like really beautiful. And I think it's just the most appreciative, and you can really appreciate the city as a Parisian during these months because the light is just so gorgeous. It's not too hot. It's just a lot more enjoyable. The leaves are turning a different color. It's just very, very beautiful, and the city becomes even more beautiful. But I really think that brightened up the inner corners. It looks really nice. So I'm just gonna apply a little bit of mascara and I'll be right back. Hi guys, so this is the final look. So I will leave all of the makeup that I'm wearing in the description box below because I did start off the eye look with my base already on. If you really enjoyed this makeup look, please click the like button and subscribe. It'll really help me a lot. And leave any comments down below if there's anything else you guys want to see, like any other looks, any feedback for me. Just leave everything in the comment section below. I will be sure to read them. So thank you so much for seeing me, and until next time, bye!